as we've discussed on this channel, AERO really stands as like a centerpiece within Coinbase's broader strategy, meaning that Coinbase obviously is their number one priority right now is pushing and growing the Base ecosystem. So obviously being involved in the number one decentralized exchange on Base is super promising for them and something that they want to support. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Wagmi BV. Super excited here today. We're doing an update on Aerodrome, and this one is one that we're super excited for. I think, a lot of things over the last couple of weeks are coming together and have been coming together, and we're super excited to provide an update for you guys. Everything from big investors coming in to the fundamentals absolutely crushing over the last couple of weeks, and the chart really shaping up and looking good. So we're excited to bring you this update today. The first thing that we want to talk about is, as we've discussed on this channel, Coinbase Ventures is one of the largest investors in the Aerodrome project. And it actually came out just recently, over the last couple of weeks, through these wallet analysis tools. Multiple on Twitter have actually come out and shown that Coinbase Ventures has actually taken another large position in the AERO token as they continue to accumulate the project. Now, obviously, this was bullish back in, when was it, March of this year when this was first announced, and then they've continued to accumulate throughout the year, this being their most latest investment. Looks like it's almost $8 million that they've put into the AERO token. So just within the last couple of weeks. Now, as we've discussed on this channel, AERO really stands as like a centerpiece within Coinbase's broader strategy, meaning that Coinbase obviously is their number one priority right now is pushing and growing the Base ecosystem. So obviously being involved in the number one decentralized exchange on Base is super promising for them and something that they want to support. Number two is Coinbase and Circle actually have a very large partnership when it comes to growing and incentivizing the growth of USDC and Circle's Euro stablecoin, which is, I believe, called EURC. So there's these huge partnerships going on, and obviously they want to help grow USDC on Base through accumulating AERO and voting for gauges and providing incentives like that. So multiple different things, not to mention obviously that they're already huge investors in the Aerodrome project like for months now, right? So all those three things kind of combine in really some interesting stuff going on here. That's only phase number one of kind of what we want to cover today. We're going to go into some of the fundamentals here as well, check out some of the data, and then also move on to the chart. So I'll pass it on to Evan to kind of go through some of the fundamentals, but really exciting stuff to see here.
Yeah, super exciting stuff. And let's dive right into the metrics on Aerodrome and really see what kind of traffic and activity the platform's been having. So, we've shown you guys this dashboard, this Dune dashboard throughout a ton of our Aerodrome videos. But once again, what I want to highlight here is really the TVL and volume that we're seeing on Aerodrome. So, as you can see, we've had just an enormous run up over the last 3 months of TVL within Aerodrome, with, more and more of that TVL coming through slipstream pools or those concentrated liquidity pools. And then when we move down here to the volume and the swap fees, we're just seeing record numbers again. So three weeks ago, the 63rd epoch, we saw close to, almost 70, 80 billion in total volume just in 1 week on the platform. Once again, a ton of that coming through the slipstream pools. And then also with the swap fees, what we're seeing is just an enormous amount of swap fees, almost, 5 million, I think, in swap fees. So just enormous numbers coming out of the Aerodrome platform. And I think one thing that's nice to see here too is that we're still getting an enormous amount of fees coming out of concentrated liquidity pools. So not only are the end users able to have more efficient trades using those concentrated liquidity pools, but we're also seeing VE Aero or Aero lockers, being able to reap the rewards with the amount of fees that this protocol is seeing at the moment. And then one more thing I wanted to scroll down to was going to keep going here, keep going. The emissions. And so this is really at an epoch level where the emissions are going within the platform. So like we covered, in our overview of the tokenomics of Aerodrome, at Epoch 15, there was the max amount of emissions that this protocol will see, and then it'll continue to drop. And then what we're seeing right now is a growing number of emissions continuing to go to slipstream pools, and so this is all dependent on the voting that's happening with those VE arrows holders and which pools they decide to go with. But you're starting to see more and more of these votes going towards slipstream pools, which is pretty exciting, and seeing an adoption of the newest update that was added to the platform. More about 6 weeks ago or 6 months ago. So pretty exciting stuff. And once again, Aerodrome just knocking it out of the park with the metrics that we're seeing on this dashboard.
100%. I mean, all that super exciting to see. As you guys are seeing, emissions going down, and every other metric of importance going up. So fundamentally, it's been a super good month, super good quarter for the project. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna put the cherry on top here with what the chart is looking like. So I'll pass it off to Mata for that.
Yeah, again, I think fundamentally looks very sound, right? I think the same kind of story is being painted on the chart itself, right? These are all lines that you all have seen before if you followed our videos, right? We have some support zones down here, a couple different levels of resistance. But really, we formed this kind of larger wedge, as you can see here. So typically what happens out of these wedges is once we break one way or another, it's a pretty big move in that direction, right? So with all the bullish news coming out about the fundamentals here, right? Potentially Coinbase continuing to stack on this. I mean, it just feels like if you believe in Base and you believe in Coinbase and you've been a long-term holder of AERO and you've seen success with it, I don't see why this can't actually make a big break and go out and start to test some of these all-time highs back at that 237-ish level, as our next resistance point. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this. The smaller this gets, right, the less space we have to actually move within it. So we're going to be looking for this to eventually break out of here. It's going to have its second test of this kind of upper resistance line. And hopefully we can see it make a big move out of there. But typically, right, big moves come out of these larger wedge patterns. We actually saw one on Tesla a few weeks back before it made its big run. So it's known for making some pretty big moves happen as it gets in tighter and tighter into this coil. So we're going to keep an eye on this as time goes on.
Awesome. Thanks for taking us through that, guys. Yeah, honestly, for the viewers, we'd love to hear kind of what you guys are thinking. If you guys are holding AERO, locking, if you're trading, absolutely keep us posted on what you guys think. From our perspective, the main takeaway today really is the stars seem to be aligning. Basically, everything looks to be kind of coming together. Coinbase, obviously the largest investor, continuing to stack. Fundamentals, absolutely knocking it out of the park. And chart looks primed and ready to go. So as always, we're gonna keep you guys posted on the latest updates. But nothing but good news here from us here at Wagmi TV. So make sure like, comment, subscribe down below. Let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time here on Wagmi TV.